the boy who failed one exam and became a millionaire. For years ago, an 18-year-old student named Ethan sat in front of his computer, staring at his exam results. His hands trembled as the page loaded. Then he saw it. Failed. Not by much. Just 1 point. One single point stood between him and the university he had dreamed of attending for years. For a moment, Ethan couldn't move. His friends celebrated in group chats. His parents tried to comfort him. But all he could think about was the fact that years of hard work had led to this one disappointing result. The next few months were difficult. While his classmates prepared for university, Ethan stayed behind. He felt embarrassed. Every family gathering came with the same question. "What are you doing now?" He hated answering it. Eventually, he took a temporary job at a small electronics repair shop. It wasn't glamorous. Most days were spent fixing broken phones, replacing batteries, and helping customers recover forgotten passwords. To everyone else, it looked like a dead-end job. But Ethan became curious. He wanted to understand how things worked. Whenever business was slow, he would take apart damaged devices and study them. The shop owner noticed. Unlike the other employees, Ethan wasn't just following instructions. He was learning. One evening, a customer brought in a laptop that nobody could fix. The owner was ready to give up. But Ethan spent hours studying the problem. Eventually, he found the solution. The customer was impressed. More importantly, so was the shop owner. From that day forward, Ethan was given more responsibility. A year later, he was managing repairs. 2 years later, he was designing custom computer systems for local businesses. And during that time, he discovered something unexpected. He loved technology, not because it made money, but because he genuinely enjoyed solving problems. So he started learning online. Every night after work, he watched tutorials, read articles, and practiced new skills. While others spent hours scrolling through social media, Ethan spent hours building projects. First, nobody noticed. Then one project caught attention. A small software tool he created helped local businesses manage inventory more efficiently. Soon another business wanted it. Then another. Then another. What started as a side project became a company. Within 3 years, Ethan had hired employees. Within 4 years, his software was being used by hundreds of businesses. The same student who failed an exam by 1 point was now earning more money than he ever imagined. One day, a journalist interviewed him. She asked the question everyone wanted answered. What was the biggest turning point in your life? Most people expected him to mention his company, or his first major client, or the day he hired his first employee. Instead, Ethan smiled and said, "Failing my exam." The journalist looked confused. After all, failure wasn't supposed to be a success story. But Ethan explained. If he had passed that exam, he would have attended the university he wanted. If he had attended that university, he never would have worked at the repair shop. He never would have discovered his passion for technology. He never would have built his software. And he never would have started his company. The thing that felt like the worst moment of his life turned out to be the event that changed everything for the better. Sometimes success doesn't arrive through the door you plan to walk through. Sometimes the door closes. Sometimes the plan fails. Sometimes life pushes you in a completely different direction. And years later, you realize that the setback wasn't blocking your future. It was creating it.